Hey guys and gals, hey guys and gals, hey guys and gals. Let's go! You guys are awesome. Every single one of you. I know I love saying that. I say that because I want you guys and gals to know that I care. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate your views. Every single one of you. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it every single time. Every single time, just so you know. That's right, that's right, that's right. That's for every single one of you beautiful, intelligent people. Let's go! You guys are awesome. Okay, hold up. All right. We got background sound? Okay, good. Man. Once in a while I got to pay attention to making sure that everything's going good and smoothly and well. Are we live on the stream? Let's see. Well, we're live. Are we live? Hold up. I gotta double check. There we go. Are we live? Yes, we're good. I clicked the shortcut to my channel and it didn't show the live stream. I'm like, what? Are we live? We're good, guys. We're good. All right. I appreciate you hitting the play button. Turn it up. You're awesome. Let me finish up here in chat. I think we're done. Copying and pasting the chat. There's Larry. Let's bring Larry up. It's time. Larry, you're here. Where'd you go, Larry? It looked like you were trying to go to the moon or something. What's up? Why was Larry doing that, guys? Yeah, awesome sauce. Turn it up. Okay, what were we doing? We were adding some code to Larry. Businessman Larry, let's go. Now the reason he was floating up in this space, guys, is because, well, gravity. Well, there was none, apparently. But the reason, here's the reason, guys, right here. It's this line right there. We were applying a force to Larry in the direction of up, with the value jump force being 14.7.15. Just a random number, but yeah. I use gravity kind of as a basis foundation value for me in figuring out tweaking values. That's kind of what I do. So I'll divide gravity by 2, or I'll multiply it by 5, or, it just depends on what's up. Now, quickly to mention, guys, we're going to get right into this, okay? I want you guys to know I appreciate every single one of you, viewers as well. You're all awesome. Hope you're having an awesome day. Turn it up. Turn it up. Let's go. So we're going to continue. Let's keep this going. Okay? Let's keep pushing and grinding. I'm going to try my best not to go on to too many tangents. I'm trying to stay focused here. The focus is to just, let's make Larry do something. Businessman parkour. Let's go. Okay, so you guys notice I put serialized field here. Normally, if you want access to information in your Unity, you would typically type the code public. I got to do it this way because Visual Studio will argue with me. Public float, and then some random, you know, some random value. I typed that wrong. M supposed to be lowercase. A lot of times you'll see it without the M. You'll just see an underscore. Just depends. Everybody's kind of particular. And there we go. We declared it, but we haven't initialized a value. So, but you'll put public, and then you'll have immediate access here in your Unity, right? So if we click player here and look at our script, you can see the title I gave it called movement speeds and the variable jump force. Okay, the reason that I can see it there, and if you notice, guys, it's private. This variable is private. So why am I seeing it there? Well, it's because we're using serialized field. Okay, force Unity to serialize a private field. Okay, what does it mean, right? So I don't know, do you need a definition? Serialize field Unity. Okay, what does it mean, right? Meaning, in Unity, the serialized field attribute forces Unity to serialize a field, which means it can show the field in the inspector. Okay, that's what it means. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're forcing it. The easiest way to show it is to not do any of this and just type public, right? I'm not going to do that or save it, but that's what you would do, right? But if you are particular like myself, and like, you know, because when you're learning coding and that, guys, and you're getting into more of an understanding in regards to classes and objects and what objects do, and inheritance, and like this, for example, our public class, the reason it's public is so that it has access, you know, well, it just needs public access. Okay, just use public. Besides, when you create your script, right, it's going to come up as public anyways. It just needs access. Is just you have an access. It's like whether the door to the house is locked or unlocked, essentially, right? Okay, so if you want to see your value in Unity under your script, just use serialized field. Okay, I'll put these notes in chat for you guys. Not chat, but well, I guess I could paste it in chat quickly, but in comments I'll try to, but it's kind of long, so but we'll just try to put a little bit of information here. Oh, too many tabs going up. Here's the other. Bear with me, guys. Almost there. I'm trying to keep it, you know, limited here. Okay. I'm just going to close that. And there we go. Okay. So, again, so it's to show the field in the inspector, which you can see, right? And I gave it a header title. That's all that's doing, right? You can create your own header titles, which is awesome. I love that. And enable Unity to draw an editable field in the inspector, and serialize private fields of auto properties. Okay, just some general information for you. Okay, back to this. So we've done that. So I just wanted to kind of go over that quickly. Also, when I was talking about when you create your game object, and you put your child inside your parent. Come on, no. When you put bloody stop. When you put the player, which is a child, inside the game object characters, which is the parent, okay, you want to click your player. Your player will get an animator because, well, I mean, this is kind of the part of the assets when we imported it, guys. All that kind of had the properties attached to it for you, so it's kind of already pre-set up, if you will. So we got the animator attached with Larry here, our 2.5D guy, if you want. I don't know, he's technically 3D, but anyways, I'm finding, and this is what I'm doing now, you'll see some Unity script created where they actually attach the properties to the parent object, and you could do that too, but I feel, you know, as we progress with this little project, I'm going to show you guys, and when we get there, stay tuned. Okay, I'm not going to explain it now. I'm trying to stay, I kind of have a plan, a direction. Okay, so when we get to that time, I'll explain it. We'll talk about it again. Okay, so but I recommend right from the get-go, I'm going to call these properties. Okay, Inspector tab, really, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at the properties of our player. Okay, we can look at the properties of our ground. We can look at the properties of our background. Essentially, that's what the Inspector tab is. Just kind of look at it like that. The properties, okay? So any properties, like add component, because you can add more components or properties, which we've done. We've added a rigid body. We've added the box collider. I've already explained. If you've been following along, you'll know what the rigid body and the box collider does. They're essential when you want to use the physics of the software, right? And so I recommend you attach your properties to the child. That's kind of what I'm getting at, okay? So as you can see here in our hierarchy, this is kind of whatever's inside here. Whatever you see here is inside here. Okay, essentially these are the properties for your, you know, whatever's in here, right? Okay. We're going to get to talking about the background a little bit more. We're going to get to that. Okay. So again, attach your scripts to the player, which is common. Okay, you can do it in the parent, you could, but I think down the road you come across complications, and when I get there, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm recommending right from the get-go, attach your rigid body, your box collider, your animator will all already be attached to the player, and attach your scripts to the player. Okay, all right. Let's continue. That's what I wanted to quickly recommend. So now we want to have inputs, okay? Just like any game, guys, right? You have inputs, right? So like whether you're using a controller, or whether you're using a mouse and keyboard, or whether you're using your thumbs on a screen, right? You can press buttons or slide or swipe or hit keys or whatever. Those are your inputs. Okay, I know I promised I would do a video on doing inputs. We will get there one day, guys. It's not too key or too critical right now because I'll just quickly go into it. We'll talk about inputs a little bit. Let's go to our input manager. We can actually create more, okay? We can create like custom inputs, so that basically You're not limited to just PC. You can expand your game to like smartphones or mobiles or other console type systems such as like the Switch, right? So that you can do kind of one time, like there's a lot to set up for setting up your own controls, but you can set it up so that you're kind of expanding the game you're creating to more platforms. Okay, that makes sense? You're not limited to, right? So the game that I'm working here with, really, I'm going to utilize the controls that are basically PC. Okay, so let's say hypothetically speaking, which I'm not, I have no intentions of releasing this as a game. This is just for funsies and, and spending time with you guys and giving you guys some good entertainment. Well, at least I'm trying to, right? Some learning, lots of learning going on here, and creating and doing game development, right? Learning is growing, guys, right? It's awesome, right? Keep your brain learning good information, okay? I hope, I don't want to see you guys, spending your life or wasting your life just filling your brain with negative and toxicity stuff. Like, that's just, it's not good for you, right? Health-wise, it's not good for you. Just keep learning, guys. Focus on yourself. Focus on making yourself better. Try to block out all the negativity that's around us. And yeah, let's have fun. Let's go. Okay? All right. You guys are awesome awesome. You love it. I know you do. Okay, let's continue. So we're going to do some user inputs now. So we're going to utilize essentially the standard controls without creating our own input system, because we could create our own input system. Again, we are just going to utilize, I feel like there's more here that I could see, but oh yeah, there is, right? We're going to use the basic one, right? Horizontal, left, right, A, D. If we use the word horizontal in our code, these are our key words for our code behind, okay, guys? Okay, it's the link. This string value is going to get, we type it in a string and use it in our code, and it's the link between our code and the input manager. Okay, so that's what you're going to see. This is already pre-set up for us, guys, so we don't have to tweak or adjust it or do anything. Again, this is kind of all set up for PC, right? For the most part. All right, so these are kind of our pre-set up inputs or controls, essentially. I need to make some noise, need some more coffee. Let's go. Oh, of course, naturally, I'm already over half of it drank. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Go to our code behind. And we are going to... Now, I am putting... So, with them, normally they put the code in the update. In the update method, guys. Okay. So, I'm going to do it a little bit different. We're kind of trying to level things up here. All right. We're creating we're doing what's called refactoring, or creating our own methods. Okay. Essentially, all you want to do is this. Okay. So in the fixed update, the methods that are created by the Unity engine or developers, you just want to put methods inside. Okay. You don't want to put a whole bunch of scripts. Okay. You don't want to put a whole bunch of scripts. It's kind of what I'm getting at. So, if you want to get into game development or work for a company, I recommend you start practicing this, creating your own methods, and doing this. Trust me, guys, companies are going to hire you over somebody else that just, you know, I mean, they know, they pay attention to stuff like this, guys, right? Guys that code for a living and that, they know what's up. You can't fool them, okay? There's no fooling. Okay, so we're gonna create our own method. All right. Now, just looking at my code here. Okay, just want to make sure. I don't have to type private because anything inside this brother and this sister curly bracket is private anyways. Okay. But I'm just particular, and that's what I do. So we're going to call this process inputs. Okay? And the process inputs method that I created goes into update. Right here. Okay, we just want to put a method name. That's it. That's all we want in there. Okay, there, done. That's all I want to see you guys put in your update method. Okay, I would love to see you guys coding and learning, right? Just start right from the get-go, training yourself. You're training your brain, right? Okay, you be consistent and you'll consistently do the same thing all the time. Eventually, it becomes second nature. All right, and you're not having to look at your code all the time like I'm doing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, inputs. Yeah, inputs. Process inputs. Here we go. All right. So if statements. It's like if statements or if else. If this is happening, then do this. If not, you would use an else statement. Essentially, it's kind of like that. Okay. So we are accessing our inputs. Okay. Okay, class Unity Engine input, interface into the input system. I just showed you guys where the input system is. Okay, you just seen it. Okay, so we're gonna get button. Okay, this button, this is where we're accessing the string values in our input system. Okay, that's the link right there, this word. Okay, jump. Okay, if the input.get button down is jump, did I mess up my curly brackets? I don't know. Maybe. That looks good. Yeah. Don't mess up things. Okay, input, get key down. Whoop, down. Get key down. Okay, normally when you're playing games, the space bar is the jump. The key code dot space. Look, see, this is what I call, these are accessors, right? Anytime you click the dot separator, you have access. Look at that, you have access to everything that has to do with the keyboard. Oh, even joystick controls. Everything's here. Keypads. Like everything. Anything you need is there. It's part of the internal library, guys. Space. That's for our space bar. Okay? Do I have an extra curly bracket? Is that what it is? No. Whoops. Not curly bracket, I meant parentheses. Parentheses is one of them words Always mess up with parameters. Parameters, parentheses. Parameters are inside parentheses. The parameters are inside the parentheses. No, not query parameters. See, this isn't normal, right? So the program's arguing with me. It's saying, what are you doing, Bob? Okay, so if the input controls, if it's this or if it's this, right? I don't know. I don't think I need this, but it's there. You guys are learning, okay? Okay, what is it? What are we supposed to be doing? Oh, yeah. So, hold up. Okay, so they got the add force in there with the just hold up. I might have to do it this way. We're gonna add in some booleans. I'm just gonna type it now because we are gonna need it anyways. Okay, I'm just using some booleans. Okay, booleans are kind of like well, obviously they're true and false statements. Okay, true is 1 and false is 0. So if you understand computers work off, just think binary, but zeros and ones, on and off. So true on, false off. Okay, essentially, bool is jumping. Okay, we need a bool. All right, so I'm just going to go like this, is jumping, okay, is equal to true. When you type it like this is defaulted as false. So you don't have to go equals false, guys. You can if you want to be particular, but you don't have to. Okay, again, you can type false if you want to be particular. Don't mind me, I'm not a very good talker, but I try. But it's defaulted false, okay? Just so you know. Okay. Process inputs, I've already got that. Up here, I just want to see, am I missing anything to make the magic happen? I don't think I am. So what's happening here, just to explain. Okay, so this method here, so if I press, the key down, and then if input dot key down, just want to make sure key code dot space. Okay, and then I actually make it true here. Okay, so when I make this true, I gotta be able to do some sort of I don't need that yet. Our move character, that's what I need to do. Okay, so I need to activate it here in my fixed update. That's what I need to do. Otherwise it's not gonna work. Okay, so as soon as here's so you understand how the code's working. Code runs line by line until it reaches a function, blah, 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 goes into the function, and then it'll go back to the last line that it was at and continue down with the code until it reaches another function, and it'll do function things, and then it'll go back to where it last left off. That's kind of how code works, okay? So it's going to get inside here, guys, right? Our method, the method I created, I'm going to send some signals, okay, with the space bar. Okay, and as soon as I send some signals by hitting the space bar, it's going to make is jumping true. Okay, I'm trying to help. I'm a bit of a freak. I'm trying not to swear. Sorry, guys. Sorry, parents. Frog. I'm a bit of a frog. I'm a bit of a freaky frog. Okay, I like to understand things a little bit deeper, but I don't I'm not the best at explaining it, but I have a really good, decent understanding. It's just explaining it is another thing. Okay, but I try. I try to explain it as basic as possible. Okay, so, right, because here originally, again, line by line, right? Initially, this is jumping variable, it's a Boolean, it's false. This is storing basically 0, essentially, okay? But it's storing a false value, okay? But when it gets into here, as soon as I send some signals, it's going to turn that variable to 1, okay? It's going to become 1, which is true, which is on. Okay? Oh yeah, this is minor. Minor is jumping is signed, but it's never used. I know, it gives me those kind of warnings. Yeah, I'm kind of using it. I have to actually save it. If you see a little asterisk by the name, that means you haven't saved it lately. That's all that means. Okay. All right. Okay. And then here. Okay. So now we put in our what am I doing here? Oh, that's the fixed update. Silly me. Sorry guys. Control X. Control V. I just finished telling you or saying that there. Sorry, didn't mean to do that, guys. Okay, we want this in here. There. We gotta put the information in our method that we created. Okay. So inside our move character method, okay, we're doing the add force. Okay. The other thing that I needed was I needed one more thing. But are we there yet? Hold up. Yes. Okay. Yeah. We got to do one more thing with our code here. We're not done. Okay. So we have access to, let me just see if I could show you guys something here. Maybe it'll allow me to. I don't know. Okay. Dot add force. Okay. Now, if you look at the add force method, guys, if it allows, here we go. Okay. 3 overloads. I want to see these up and down arrows. That's what I want to see. For some reason it won't let me. Oh, here we go. So it's showing 1. So right here, guys, if you're not sure what a method does, you can actually hover over it. It'll give you some information. And it's telling me that it has 3 overloads. 3 overloads. What does 3 overloads mean? It means there's 3 other ways of putting in for information. Remember how I said earlier, guys? Parameters are in, not query parameters, that's just auto, are in our parentheses. That's what the parentheses are for, guys. So you can put information. You can feed a method information. Some methods don't have any, but I could actually create a method that takes inputs, right? Or parameters. Okay? And wherever there are parameters, you put in your arguments. I know I don't want to mess you up, but parameters are just, okay, right here. Oh, I hate when it won't let me just scroll over. Okay, so here, this is a parameter. This is a parameter, okay? But we could put values inside, right? In place of the parameters. Okay? A value, essentially a force is a value and a mode, okay? So if you're not sure, then you can hover over and try to figure it out. Right now we have just the force being multiplied by a value or the up direction. Our vector being applied multiplied to a value. Okay, so if I go comma here, there we go. This is what I was looking for right here. This is how you get access to your overloads. You can just scroll through here and go, okay, which one do I want? Okay, you can put flow X, Y, and Z. Okay, but this is what we're looking for. We got the force, right? You can multiply a value to the vector 3, right? Obviously, you're going to want to, because it's the value up is only 1, right? You need to multiply something to it. But we're going to do force mode, okay? Force mode dot, again, more access as soon as you hit the dot separator, okay? These are the 4 recommended, and we're using impulse. Okay, just go with the program. Okay, so as soon as we said jumping's true, right here. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand how I'm gonna, man, I just kind of, I'm not cringing or whatever, but it's just like, I hope you guys like, or if you want to learn how to code or have a better understanding of coding, I mean, I'm recommending check out my C++ series. They look like they're long and stuff. If you have commitment and dedication and willingness to learn something, I go over it a lot. I mess up. I show you guys errors. I show you how to fix the errors. I research the errors. I do whatever I can so that you guys have an understanding, right? Because with C++, I have, like, it helped me get a better, deeper understanding of what happens under the hood, okay, in regards to when you're coding and such. C++ is a lot, like, there's certain particular syntax you got to type to make the magic happen. There's things like going on with referencing, dereferencing. You have to delete your, when you're newing up, and there's just so much. But it also teaches you, it gives you a better, deeper understanding. That's what I feel. And then after I learned C++, I went into C#. C#, guys. If you learn C++ first, trust, C#'s gonna be like gravy on your potatoes, okay? It's like learning Python. I haven't learned Python, but I don't want to say anything bad, but really, yeah, okay? I'm just gonna stop, okay? So, but yeah, I recommend that. Again, my videos are all, they look like they're 3-4 hours long, but they're not really 3-4 hours long. You're getting 1 to 2 hours of instruction, C++ instruction per video. Okay, so if you have 1 to 2 hours a day, that's what I recommend. Just dig at it little bit. Okay, and then if you choose, like, I could recommend other channels you want, if you want to watch, I could do that as well. You know, whatever, it's up to you. But I also don't mind explaining it here as well. But you have to have an understanding of what's happening. Like, anybody could just type letters and words, but if you don't have an understanding what you're typing, you're just typing letters and words. I mean, I could probably get my cat to do this. Here, cat, type letters and words. Okay, so I'm gonna go for you guys that watch, and if like, let me know. I don't know if you want me to, like, explain the little nuances. I have no problems doing it. Okay, I don't know if you guys want me to, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just want me to, I don't know, do it the easy way. I don't know. More coffee. Oh yeah. Okay, I do need to hurry up though. I know sometimes I spend too much time explaining. But I'm also showing you guys, right, what you can look at while you're learning and typing and grinding your own code, right? This is to help you guys out. Taking it to another level. Okay? We're leveling up here. We're putting on our big boy pants. Okay, guys? I believe in you! Okay, where was I? Okay, so here. So we have is jumping inside of our parentheses. And then you think to yourself, you ask, why is that? Okay, so here's what's happening here. Okay, so we made is jumping is true here. Okay, so is jumping is now true. Okay, again, code goes back and up and down, back and forth, line by line. Okay, so I mean, I could run the program this way and show you guys, but I don't. For me, I don't need this. I understand kind of how code works, and I kind of understand how. That's just because of my C++ background, I guess. I don't know, but I didn't use this to help me find errors or bugs. I pushed myself to figure it out myself. Right? That's just going to make you more desirable, guys. I'm just saying. Okay? Letting something else figure it out for you is not really learning. Okay? That's just, I mean, wouldn't companies want to hire you over that other person that needs their hand held by some other software to get them the answer? Man, that's sad. Okay, anyways, I need a shaddy yaddy. So this anyways means true here. Okay, so when it's typed like this, basically, so if this is true, run this code. Okay, so as soon as it gets outside this curly bracket, right now it's recommending an else statement, right? Which I don't need an else statement right now. What I do need to do is set is jumping back to false. Okay, this is critical. Okay, this is all part of the line by line and understanding kind of, it's kind of like thinking like a computer, essentially. Right? I guess I may be weird and odd and everything, but I could think like a computer, literally. As crazy as that sounds. So I may not be able to explain it, but I can definitely understand it. All right, let's continue. So there we go. So as soon as we ran this, the reason is so that we can't just keep jumping, okay? Going crazy with the jumping, okay? So that's what we're trying to do here. So let's test it out. Hopefully I'm like done with that. And let's see. Bob, you gonna let you jump? All right, nice. Whoa! I sent him off like a rocket. I sent him off like a rocket. He's a rocket ship. Kapow! Zowie bowie! Okay, we added this force mode impulse. Okay, what is it? Right, I should have showed that. What's force mode? Force mode to specify how to apply a force. Okay, it's the method of what we're applying. So it's the type of method of force that we're applying upon an object. Okay, or a rigid body. Okay, and the impulse value is 1, so it's add an instant force impulse to the rigid body using its mass. Okay, so if you look here, our mass is just 1. Okay, so the reason Larry is sent off to the moon like a rocket is because he has no mass. He weighs as much as a molecule. Wow, that's 1 kilogram technically. So 1 kilogram isn't very much. And for those of you that are, for the American friends, you guys, awesome. That's 2.2 pounds, okay? 2.2 pounds, just so you understand. 1 kilogram, 2 pounds. Okay? 1 kilogram equals 2.20462 pounds. Okay, yeah, so he doesn't weigh very much. We added that force to him and we just sent him, like just sent him. Okay, so now we're gonna add some physics.gravity. Let's try that. Okay, so we have to add some more code. All right, so I'm just gonna go like this because it's in our awake method. Okay, and we're accessing the physics engine, essentially gravity. Okay, and we need a value too, so I gotta set up another variable. Okay, I'm gonna call it m gravity modifier. Okay, that's what I'm calling it. So, but the program's arguing with me. It's because I haven't declared it yet. Okay, so I'm kind of, well, I'm not declaring it here, but I've what word could I use for that? I'm using it already before I even declared it. It's kind of like the program's going, what is that? You haven't even told me what it is. You know, essentially it's kind of like somebody talking about something and, you know, not explaining what it is before you start talking about it, right? Essentially. Okay. So I'm just going to copy that quickly. Okay. So we need to create the value. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do another serialized field. Okay. Whoop. And then I'm going to, it's private. There's something else cool that I can show you guys, but I'll do this first. Okay. And that value is going to equal, because it has to be more than 0. It has to be something. Okay. It can't be 0. Okay. Essentially gravity divided by 5. Okay. All right. So here's something cool, guys. Okay, I'm going to show you something cool. So inside your serialized field, we could also do a slider bar. And this is how you do that. Okay. Low range, upper range. Okay. All right, this is creating a slider bar. So serialized field, comma, range, parentheses, 1F being the low range, and then the upper range being 4.905. So that's the maximum, okay? So private float, M gravity modifier, I'm assigning it a value, so this is initializing it. Declare, initialize. Declare, initialize. We have to tell it what type of data type, and we made it private. Okay, should be saved. So let me show you in Unity here, right? There we go. See? Isn't that cool? So now I could actually slide this and change its value, right? Testing and tweaking. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, we got this line here. We needed that. Do we have to do anything else? I'm just wondering if we should up the mass, but we'll see. Let me just see. Da, 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 da. Okay, da, 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 da. Okay, and rigid body mass values. Okay, right. So I think I actually add a mass value. We'll see. Okay, a mass value. Well, we'll see. Let's run it and see if that did anything. Okay, yeah, we need some mass. Okay, so now mass, like myself, if we want to go by weight. Now again, think of, if you're utilizing Unity, just think metric system, guys, right? Every unit, I don't know, it could be a meter square. Again, just multiply it by 2.2 if you want to understand what it is in pounds, okay? So I'm roughly 89, something like that. Mind you, I haven't weighed myself lately, but I'm definitely not 150. I'll tell you that much. Definitely not. Okay, so is that gonna work? Yes, it's working. So I'm hitting the space bar. I actually don't have enough force. Okay, I can't even get off the ground, because now what I've done essentially is I've given Bob mass now, right? Now he's affected by gravity, right? That's what our weight is. Weight is mass times gravity. Okay, that's how we figure it out. Essentially, that's what there's a bit of a confusion correlation between mass and weight. It can be kind of confusing. I just think of mass as our molecular structure, if that makes sense. And you multiply that by gravity, that gives us our weight. Okay? Now the value 89, I don't know. I mean, technically speaking, that value 89 is the weight. But that's okay. Tomatoes, potatoes, it doesn't really matter, because it all cooks the same. That's right. So I'm going to tweak this value here. Actually, you know what? Because we are doing this, we got to add some more jump force strength. It's just not enough. This worked when this value was 1, right? This is a low force that we're applying. It's not much of a force. But because we gave Bob mass, now we have to apply more force to make him move, right? So if like you guys could see here, right? I'm hitting the space bar. He's not even budging. It's like he has cement shoes on. He's at the bottom of the Salt Lake City Ocean. That's all I had, guys. That's all I had. Okay? I know Kelly Clarkson! I know Salt Lake City doesn't have an ocean, okay? But it was just for funsies. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm just nursing my coffee, but I need more. Okay. So, values. Okay, so to make this work, I've got some values written down. Where did I write them down? I don't remember. Swear to God I wrote them down. There we go. Okay, so these are the numbers. So I just went 80 times gravity, which is 784. That's how much force we have to give it to make Bob move. Okay, now the gravity modifier does the opposite, guys. Okay, so the mass brings you down to earth, right? That's why I use gravity as a number so I could, when I'm doing my tweaking and adjusting, I use it as a basis or a foundation to figure out what I need to do to tweak things up or down. Okay, that's why I use it. It helps. So I went with 80. I don't know, it's just random, I guess. I needed a lot though. 40 wasn't enough, so I went 80 times gravity. which is a lot. And the gravity modifier, what it does, it actually adds to the weight and brings you down to the earth. So it's a modifier that brings the player back down to earth quicker. So it's like the player acts heavier, essentially. Okay, I don't think this is enough, but let's see. Okay, whoa! Okay, so that's why I gotta increase my gravity modifier, guys. And that's the reason for it. Okay, so what did I... Whoa, hang on, hold up. It is up already pretty high. Hold up. What? That's odd. Before I had it at that. I'm just wondering what else I need to do. Force is way too much. We gotta just do some more testing. I feel like I'm ahead of the game here in my code. Or doing something else. Let's see what else I have to do. Okay, 89. That seemed to work. I actually had this at 1.62. Okay, and I didn't get sent off like that much. Okay, it felt heavier. Go the other way. 3.76, and we'll just play with it a little bit here. Okay, he felt a lot lighter. Okay, doing this actually makes him heavier. Okay, I had him at 1.62. Still getting sent off to space here though. What am I missing here? What did I do last time? Force impulse, gravity modifier, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna push through some more code here. Add more code, and hopefully they'll fix this little issue. I could put it down to 1, but I don't think that's gonna do it. And I already had a jump force of that. See, he's still being sent off to space. I don't know why. Bob. I can lower that value, I guess. 6.2. Just lower the value. Whoops. Lower this value. Okay. See. Do some testing here. Okay. Still. Okay. We'll go back to this value. Okay, Bob still has that mass of 89. Yeah, that hasn't changed. Okay. Gravity's still applied. There we go. I can't even get him off the ground now. Okay, so it's just a matter of finding that magic number. Let's try 196.2. We'll see. We just want him to do, there we go. That's getting better. Okay. I held the keyboard quite a bit longer, but if I press just tap the keyboard, there we go. That's getting a little bit better. It's just a matter of finding that right magic number. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that for now. and we'll tweak it and adjust it as we go. We're not done with the code here, guys, but at least we got Bob to the point where he's not being sent off to Mars, right? Guy needs a, gotta give him at least a spacesuit, right? Like, come on. Okay, so let's create another variable here. Going up to the script. There's a lot of code here for the move players, so okay. Another public. We need another Boolean. Oh, look at that. Is grounded. Almost like it knew what we wanted. But this time we want to make it true. Okay. All right. Okay, and then so yeah, just on collision. Okay, we're doing the on collision stuff now. Okay. So go down to the bottom here. Okay, we're utilizing void. This is part of the on collision enter. Okay, this is all part of the rigid body and the box collider, or the box collider stuff. Okay. Let's see if. Okay. I'm gonna type some stuff up here, and then I'll show you guys something. Okay. I guess I should just show instead of explaining. Okay. That we don't need to be true. We're going to make that true. Is grounded. Okay, so we're going to make is grounded here false in this statement here. Okay, this is to keep Bob from, it's to keep the player from spamming the space bar, right? Okay, so we're gonna make, as soon as they hit the jump button, well, obviously is ground is gonna become false, right? Because obviously they're gonna be in the air, right? Before they hit the space bar, they're obviously on the ground, right? Makes sense? Okay. So we're going to utilize this variable that's created for us. It's part of the on collision. This is part of the physics engine, I believe. Obviously collision detection and stuff, right? Okay. This is created. This is a parameter that's created so that we could use this like an object. Okay. Collision. Otherwise, you're going to have to create the variable yourself, okay? Okay, so, but first, before I get into this, I got to do something, okay? So we're going to hit the ground here. Remember earlier I typed ground, okay, as a tag? There, okay? Add the tag ground, right? This is the player. Player is player. Tag. Ground is ground tag. Okay, so we got to do that. Okay, so dot compare tag string ground, and that's it. Okay, so this is a collision detection so that the game knows when the player's on the ground. Essentially, it's collision detection, guys. Okay, so as soon as Bob touches the ground, it equals true. Okay, that's how we switch it. It's like switching. If the collision of the game object, so whatever this script is assigned to, which is obviously Bob. Bob is the game object. We're comparing the tag to the ground. Okay, and as soon as he touches the ground, is grounded is true. And then anything else we need to do? I'm adding a little extra to the script here, guys. Okay. So they kind of put it in different areas, but because we're creating our own variables or our own methods, we got to put the code in different locations. Well, here this is correct. Okay. Enter on collision enter, which is a method. It's a method because as anytime you see parameters, that's a method, and it's not part of the player controller class. This would be something Unity created, right? It's a Unity created private method. Okay. What's it saying about here? Let me just see. Sometimes you'll get these recommendations, but I'm not sure. Remove unused member. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so in our update, we got to make sure that we went is on ground is false. And we did right here as part of our process inputs. Okay, essentially that's what it goes with anyways. Control Home Shift S, and let's do some testing. Okay, yeah, I know is grounded assigned but never used, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, you know how you fix that? So this part might kind of mess with your mind a little bit, right? So the program's arguing, it's saying you have this is grounded variable. It's assigned, but you never used it. And then you look at your code and you go, well, I did use it. It's here and it's here. But that's not really technically using it. Okay? Where it's used is this is how you use it. So it's actually being used. So we're using our operators. They're called logical operators. I had to logically pull that out of my brain. So is grounded right here. That's how you use it. See how the program stopped? Now it's actually being used, right? Here we're just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. We're kind of changing its on-off states. We're changing its states. That's all we're doing. But here this means if this is true, right? If he's grounded, this is how we keep Bob from, this is right here. This alone keeps the user from spamming the keyboard. Okay, that's what this does. Okay, you can't jump again, player, until you're touching the ground. Essentially, it has to be true. And means so these are ors. This is or, so it could be or this or this. Of course, I'm using this. I don't really need this, but whatever. Redundancy. So here I press the space. Okay, so it's this and this. This doesn't happen unless these two are true. Okay, essentially that's what it means. This is all understanding the code, guys. Okay, this isn't just typing letters and numbers and calling yourself a coder. Okay, I'm being nice. Okay, let's understand the whys and the hows a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. See, that's why initially I was getting some different reactions. It's because I needed to do this. I needed this in order to increase this value. Okay, we need some collision detection. and then the is grounded variable or Boolean states. Okay. All right. Yeah. So now with that said, looking at this, now I can tweak and adjust my values a little bit more because I'm barely getting off the ground here. Okay. Okay, so stopping it. So now I just need to increase this. I'm going to leave this. I know I'm happy with this because it just feels right. I created this slider bar just to kind of get a feel, right? You can actually feel it in a sense. So I'm going to double this value. What am I at? 196.2. Multiply that by 2. Let's double it. 392.4. And let's see if that's going to be enough. Okay? We're playing with the numbers now, guys, right? Helping you learn, helping you grow. Okay? Oh, it's a little bit better. Remember, we're creating a game where he's going to essentially be parkouring over something that's, I don't know, 2 to 3 feet in height. Okay? So obviously that's enough to jump over snails. I guess if I'm creating a game where you call it jumping over snails, yeah, that would work. Totally would work. It's not enough though. Okay? Let me just see my value. I'll just show you. We'll do some different things here. Put in some different numbers so you can see. Okay? I'm just doing 75% here. Okay, 75%. I'm going to show you 75%. Okay, of the value that, not the value before, but the total value that I used initially. Okay. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, I don't know, compared to Larry here. I don't know why I want to call him Bob. My brain's stuck on Bob, but this is Larry. Larry, the business guy. He's getting a few feet there. I don't know, maybe a foot or so. Okay, so but the values, so I showed you 75%. Let's go 90% of the value that I'm using. Okay, 706.32. All right, remember I'm going off numbers that are used with gravity. Okay, that's why I use gravity, right? Because we're going against gravity. Makes sense? Okay, so that's a bit better. I don't know if it's as high, but we have to go a little high. So this is the value I had earlier, guys. And you're like, oh man, you're putting the wrong numbers in. Well, I was putting the wrong numbers in. It was the right numbers, but just at the wrong time. Okay, 784.8. Okay, so that should give us the height. I get it adjusted a little bit more, but I think that's it. That's the height I wanted to be at. That's where I was before. So, and that again, guys, remember that value is based on 89, just so you know. And same thing, all this gravity modifier plus the mass, they all kind of do opposite of each other. So obviously the lower the mass, he probably could go higher in the air, right? The heavier, right? Obvious. It's common sense 101. Light guys could jump higher than heavier guys, right? It's just law of physics. Nothing more than that. Okay, and the gravity is what opposes that. I believe, if I'm right. So if I increase, here's the thing. If I increase, you actually think of it opposite. No, If I increase this, that makes them lighter. So that's why I had to decrease it to make them heavier. So the multiplier is the opposite. Okay, just so you know, be aware. Okay, when you increase this, Bob becomes lighter or less dense. More, you know, more, if I go further, he becomes a feather. If I go this way, he becomes a boulder. Okay? Now, if I change this value here, well, I'd have to change this value. Okay? If I, let's say I leave the, let's say I don't touch the slider at all. If I change this, I'd have to change that, right? It's mathematics 101. It's kind of like a balancing game. Okay, what are we at here for the stream? I feel like I went on and on and on and on. Hour and 18. Okay, I'm gonna, let's see. I know these are kind of like long guys. Again, we're slowly getting there. We're starting to get some physics out of Bob, right? It's starting to feel like there isn't really much more going on, but at least we got something going, right? That's a plus. Okay, I'm gonna do another stream just for you guys that are watching. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna need another break, more coffee. Stay tuned. You guys are all awesome, every single one of you that are watching. Those of you that are subscribed, viewers, appreciate you 100%. Thank you for listening to me talk and go on and on and on. You're awesome, especially if you can deal with me. It's okay, I could take it. All right, you guys, much love. I will talk to you guys next video. Stay tuned. We're gonna do some more hanging out with Larry the business guy, and yeah, we'll see you guys next video. For now, Johnny's saying peace out. Peace.
Maybe I don't understand this. You're changing.